Good posture is so important for your health and your longevity. And so today I'm going to walk you through 2 super simple posture tests that will give you some insight on if you have good posture or maybe if you need to work on it just a little bit. Your health and well-being will thank you. Let's get started. Okay, so posture test number 1, I also call the thumbs test. So go ahead and stand up for this one. And if you do have a mirror nearby, that would be handy. But if you don't, no big deal, you don't need it. Once you're up, just let your arms dangle by your side and try to stand like you normally would, maybe waiting in line at the grocery store. Just don't overthink it. Don't try to stand with good posture or in any particular way. Maybe even shake it out for a minute. And then rest and hold this position, okay? Now look at the position of your thumbs. Are they pointed in towards your body with your palms facing backwards? Or are they more straight ahead or even turned outward with the palms forward? So if your thumbs are turned in towards your body with the palms of your hands facing back behind you, then you most likely have rounded shoulders. Now, rounded forward shoulders is very common, and it usually comes with this forward head position too, and can also lead to rounding in the mid-upper back. Okay, so that's posture test number 1. Keep that in mind. If your thumbs are in, you probably have rounded shoulders, okay? And don't worry, there are things we can do to counteract that. Now, for posture test number 2, we're going to stand up tall against a wall. And your heels can be about 4 to 6 inches away from the wall. The butt needs to be touching the upper back and the back of your head, okay? Arms can be down by your side and have the back of the hands pressing against the wall. Okay, now we're gonna start with the head. So if your head to touch the wall needs to do this with the chin up, first, just try to bring the chin parallel to the ground so it's like the back of the head is pressing into the wall. And it might feel like you're doing a bit of a chin tuck here, creating a double chin, and that's okay. All right, so once you're here, I want you to measure the amount of distance between your low back and the wall, just using your hand, okay? And if you just have an inch or two and you can't really get your hand all the way through your lower back, through the space between your lower back and the wall, then you're probably good there. Now, if you have a lot of space, like you could fit 3 arms in between your low back and the wall, then you probably have what we call an anterior pelvis. So it's just a forward tilted pelvis. Not necessarily a bad thing, just something to be aware of with your spine, okay? And then if you have no space behind the low back at all, like you couldn't even fit a finger in there, then you have what we call a posterior tilted pelvis, okay? More of like a tucked under pelvis. All right, so that's one area to check. The other area to check really is if it's really hard to touch the back of your head against the wall without doing this, looking up to the ceiling, or if your head doesn't touch, the back of the head will not touch the wall. Okay, if it's just not touching the wall at all or it's really, really hard, then you have a forward head position, which is usually accompanied with the rounded shoulders and usually some kind of roundness in the upper back, a bit of kyphosis, a bit of that hunchback or moving towards that. And it could just be an awareness thing, okay? But these are things to notice and be aware of. Now, one more thing to check on the wall is your shoulders. So just let them hang for a moment. Are they really far away from the wall? And is it easy to press the backs of your shoulders on the wall? And so again, that just goes with the whole rounded shoulder, forward head thing. It's something to be aware of. And if you feel your ribs arching up away from the wall, like the upper mid ribs, see if you can draw the ribs back down. We want that mid upper back to be touching the wall. Woo, and you may feel really rigid right now, so just breathe, let softness come throughout your body, and then see if you can step away from the wall and keep this good posture. That's the challenge right there. Let's bring this into our day-to-day life, because ideally, right, that should be our day-to-day posture with our head completely stacked on top of this beautifully aligned spine. But most of us have some kind of imbalance going on. The rounded shoulder, forward head position in particular is such a huge problem today because of all the time we spend on our phones and on our computers, driving, working at our desk, even gardening leads us to spend so much time in these slouched, slumped positions, right? And we spend so much time in this posture, in this position, that our body gets locked up. The good news is that movement variety and yoga can unlock these stuck areas and counteract imbalances in the body. So with that said, I'd like to invite you to join me for a free 3-day yoga series to help improve your posture and relieve pain and discomfort. These are simple 10-minute yoga videos that anyone can do. All you have to do is click the link down in the description, and I'll also put it in the first comment below, and enter your name and email, and I will send you the details right away. If you're ready to lengthen, realign, and relieve your aches and pains, then I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a beautiful day.